What if I told you that the single biggest thing holding you back is also the most powerful tool you have to get everything you've ever wanted? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're diving deep into that incredible force that's running the show right between your ears, your mind.
So, I want you to really think about that for a second. Is your mind working for you or against you? Because, the source material we're digging into today, it makes this super powerful claim. It says your mind can absolutely be both. It can be the rocket fuel for your biggest dreams, or it can be the anchor that keeps you stuck. The real question, the one that matters most is, which one is in the driver's seat for you right now?
It's so easy to get caught up in all the stuff happening outside of us, right? We're focused on our jobs, the bills, our relationships, all these external challenges. But what if we're looking in the completely wrong place? The source we're exploring suggests that the real fight, the one that actually defines how our life feels, it's not out there. It's happening right here, inside our own heads.
And look, this isn't some battle that happens, once in a blue moon. Oh no, this is happening constantly. Right now, as you're listening to this, every single day these two forces are at war inside of you. One side is cheering you on, pushing you to grow, to learn, to adapt. And the other? Well, that one's whispering, hey, just stay here, it's safe, don't change. And that push and pull, that's what's shaping who you are moment by moment.
All right, so let's put some names to these two fighters in this internal showdown. The source material we're looking at calls them the fragile mind and the strong mind. And just understanding the difference between these two, well, that's the absolute first step to deciding which one you're going to train.
Okay, let's break this down. On one side, you've got the fragile mind. This is the one that's reactive, just getting tossed around by whatever life throws at it. It fears change and, this is a big one, it secretly resents when other people succeed. But then look at the other side, the strong mind. It's reflective. It takes a pause, it chooses how to respond. It doesn't just embrace challenges, it looks for them, and it genuinely, truly celebrates when other people win. So be honest with yourself for a second. Which column feels a little more like home right now? So you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool comparison, but does it really matter that much? Well, get this. The source we're looking at points to this mind-blowing finding from neuroscience. As much as 95%, let that sink in, 95% of your life is run by the programming in your subconscious mind. Your decisions, your reactions, your habits, it's almost all on autopilot. That means whichever of those two mindsets is running the show back there, well, that's the one that's steering your entire life.
And that brings us to, honestly, one of the most important ideas in this whole explainer. If that subconscious programming is running 95% of your life, then your thoughts and beliefs, they aren't just thoughts and beliefs. They are literally the architects of your reality. Your outer world becomes a mirror of your inner world. It's that simple and that profound. Think about it. We all do this, right? We blame our problems on things outside of us. My boss is a jerk, the economy is terrible, this relationship is so hard. But the argument here is that those things, they aren't the actual battle. The real fight is what happens next, inside your head. It's about your thought patterns, how you choose to see it. Your mindset is literally the filter, the lens through which you see and experience everything. Change the lens and you change the world.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material. Mind power is one of the strongest and most useful powers you can ever have. And let's be super clear here. This isn't about some fluffy, just think positive idea. No, this is about getting in the driver's seat and consciously training this incredible force. Because when you do, it becomes the single most powerful tool you have for building the life you actually want.
Okay, so we're all on the same page. The mind is powerful, like really powerful. But that brings up a huge question that honestly trips a lot of people up. What even is the mind? Is it just our brain, that squishy thing in our heads? Well, the distinction the source makes here is, and I'm not kidding, a total game changer for understanding how you can actually change your life.
So think of it like this. It's the perfect analogy. Your brain, that's the hardware. It's the physical machine, the computer itself. You can see it, you can touch it. But your mind, that's the software. It's the operating system, the programs, the consciousness, the thoughts, all the stuff that runs on the hardware. And this is the magic key right here. You're pretty much stuck with the hardware you were born with. But the software? Oh, you can absolutely learn to rewrite that.
So the big question is how? How do we actually rewrite that software? The answer is this amazing, incredible scientific concept called neuroplasticity. For the longest time, science thought our brains were basically set in stone by the time we were adults. We now know that is completely wrong.
Neuroplasticity means your brain has the ability to change, to rewire itself for your entire life. Every new thing you learn, every habit you build, it physically forges new pathways in your brain. You're not just changing your mind, you're literally building a new brain.
All right, so let's recap. We know what we need to do, rewrite the software. And we know it's not just wishful thinking, it's backed by science, thanks to neuroplasticity. So the only question left is, how do we do it? Let's get into the practical, nuts and bolts strategies for actually building that stronger mind. And first things first, this is so important to get. Nobody is just born with a strong mind. It's not something you have or you don't. It is a skill. Think of it like a muscle. You don't get strong by going to the gym once, right? It's built through consistent, deliberate training. It's all about the small things you do every single day.
So the source gives us a great starting point with these 4 core habits. First up, take responsibility. And this isn't about blaming yourself, it's about taking your power back. Number 2, control your emotions. This means realizing you aren't your feelings, you're the one experiencing them. Big difference. Third, embrace change. Look, change is going to happen, so you might as well stop fighting it and start using it. And last but not least, focus on what you control. Stop wasting your energy on stuff that's out of your hands and double down on what you can actually change.
Okay, so once you've got that foundation, you can bring in some more advanced techniques to really start reprogramming that subconscious. Think of these as power tools. Things like visualization, changing that negative voice in your head, using affirmations. They all work because of a really cool trick. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's really happening. You're basically giving it a new program to run, and then you lock it in by building new habits around it, and this is a big one, surrounding yourself with people who are on the same wavelength.
So when you boil it all down, it really comes back to this one simple choice. A choice you get to make every single day, every single moment. Are you going to actively, deliberately build the habits of a resilient, strong mind? Or are you just going to let yourself default to the old programming of a fragile, reactive one? It's your call. The power is 100% in your hands.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought, which really sums up everything we've talked about. The most important battle of your entire life isn't out there somewhere. It's won or lost right between your own ears. So, with all of this in mind, what's your next move?